Hi, welcome back to the Postgrad Year. Today we're going to be talking about Commonplace book, although it's, more of a binder. So, thing for today, essentials. Last time we did health and safety, which was the first thing on the new page, which was very exciting. Well, on the right side of the page, not the left side of the page. So, for essential, we have a few things today. The blank emoji really stresses me out. Yeah, so that is, oh, by the way, this is obviously not standard. You might just consider something essential, or this could be like the me category, like whatever you want to write about yourself. You could name it me, or myself, or I, or whatever else, but yeah, so if we got like a specific emoji stressing me out, for example, I don't like it when somebody uses the shrug emoji on Discord. Drives me crazy. Why? Well, on YouTube or something, makes sense. On Discord, though, there's a command for shrug. So, why are you using a shrug? You can use it. I'm not gonna, No, I'm already changing color. It stresses me out. So, I have to remind myself to blink now that I no longer have a cat. Yeah, so my cat, it's always nice to have, an emotional support in the house. And a cat can be that, although a cat can also be a devious little critter who breaks things. Although my cat never really did that. He actually would step around things, which was quite nice. But yeah, I have to blink now, manually. I know it's automatic, but I have a tendency to not look away from my computer screen, for example. So I'll just keep looking at my screen for 40 minutes. Probably not great. But what I used to do is my cat would sense that I was doing something for a long time, and he'd be like, hey. And I'd look over, and I'd have to blink at him because, that's respectful. And he would blink back, and then I'd go back to work. And sometimes, he complained a little bit, and it was a little bit of back and forth. And so sometimes I would get up. That's another thing. Having a cat means sometimes you got to get up, open the door, so it's a good way to avoid sitting forever. A little way to stretch. And there's just a lot of little benefits when it comes to things that are technically inefficient. They actually sometimes make a person more efficient, which is really weird. That's one of those things where it's just think about your situation. You don't really want to fight your environment. Sometimes even the environment being toxic can be good. For example, if all your friends want to play League of Legends and you think that's a toxic place, but you got to get better at expressing anger and frustration at people in an environment where they can't actually really hurt you. I mean, I guess they could DDoS you or something, but they're not going to kick you out of the house. Although if you start yelling while playing League of Legends, you might get kicked out of the house. So probably, think about decisions before you make them. Now this is a little bit out of order, but the last thing on here is verify that advice. Sometimes somebody might give you bad advice, or you might hear someone told someone to do something, and it's good to just check. I realize the camera is a little bit lower than normal. It has been for the last few with this shirt. Normally I do videos that are all with one shirt and it's one recording, but I took a nap earlier today and I woke up and I was like, I gotta make videos. Not about the video description though. That was too stressful. So I was like, we're gonna do a little bit about a bunch of different things. So speaking of things that do a little about a bunch, I might try this in a year, but there's so much to do. Little sad face or slanty face and the chat GPT. So a lot of people have been recommending that to me, mostly programmers. Almost entirely programmers. The artists aren't super hyped about it. I was going to say something about this. Oh, that's right. So I might try this in a year. Why was it written like that? Well, why would I write something like this? Well, on paper, I probably wouldn't. But on the computer, for example, if you send a message to someone and you like the thing that you sent, you don't have to remember, oh yeah, I said that to, Jeremy or whatever. You just don't have to worry about that. What you can do is you can just copy-paste your own message into whatever document you have. You probably don't want to start copying everybody else's message, but if it's your own message, you're probably fine. I mean, there might be some sort of copyright thing in specific circumstances. I don't know the details about that. I don't think I've ever gotten in trouble regarding that sort of thing. I don't intend to get in trouble regarding that sort of thing, because I don't try to break rules if possible. I mean, I know this is kind of breaking a rule, like it's a Commonplace binder, it's not really a Commonplace book, although I am going to try and argue over the course of several videos, probably more than 100, more like 1,000, if I have the opportunity to keep doing this, that this actually makes more sense, like a lot more sense, because the thing is, you can take out the pages and, more importantly, put them back in. Because that's the thing, if you have like a notebook, you can take the pages out, can't put them back in. At least not in any way that's like easy at all. So this video is over 5 minutes. Thanks for watching, and hopefully next time I will raise the phone a little bit so you can actually see my head.